Hello class. We have sort of completed this thing, the binary file handling, but in your revised syllabus, it's not very clear. One thing is quite obvious that you have to do all the reading, writing operations, searching procedure, then updation of records, deletion of records, insertion, all this through pickled file. So that part we have already finished. You have learned the function dump and load. Mainly you have to make use of this to get things done. But there is another method. If the file is not pickled, there is another method to do that. It's not very clearly given in your syllabus, so I thought it's better to know the second method also, how to do it if the file is not pickled. Okay, pickled means a kind of binary data arranged in a particular manner. Okay, pickled and non-pickled, there is a difference between these. So I will tell you today that if the file is not a pickled file, yet data is written using the binary norms, then how to do it. Fine, I'm just sharing my screen and you just see the second method. You don't have to do much of a programming through the second method. We will just do the reading, writing and searching. These three operations, if you understand, I think it will be more than enough, because very difficult questions CBSE will not anyway will take you to, right? So I'm just opening my, I believe you can see my screen now. Look at this here, what I have done. I have taken a binary file called wxyt.b. Okay, this is my file and I opened it in writing mode. Okay, that rule is exactly the same. Now there is a string. I'm just showing you a very simple way of writing. Then I will tell you the other ways of writing onto it. Say there is the string here. There is the value given here, and I took another variable, which is a numeric variable you can make out. Fine. Now when I'm writing onto the file, look at this very carefully. I wrote f dot write the string, and then I used a function called encode. Okay, why this encode? The encode means basically the file, whatever you are writing onto the file, be it string, um, it has to be a string first of all. It has to be a string. If it is numeric, like in the second line, you can see that it was a numeric data, but I converted into a string. Now that is basically a kind of collection of characters. Now those collection of characters have to be made a series of binary data. Okay, like if I give you an example, I just drew a diagram for you so that I can explain things better to you. This thing is called a byte stream. What is a byte stream? For example, HIRS, this data I have to write onto a file in binary form or in binary norms. So look at this. What is the ASCII code of H? The ASCII code of H is 72. Okay, 72 means this is the binary equivalent of 72. Fine. Then comes I. I's code will be HI. So next character. So it is 73. So this is the binary equivalent of 73. I purposely gave a space here. There is no meaning. I just gave a space so that we can understand it better. Fine. So this is how the binary equivalent of H and binary equivalent of I and so on will come. Now every piece of data is called a byte. Okay, they called a bit. Sorry, they called a bit, and 8 bits form a byte. So that is how this whole thing is called a byte stream. So these bytes basically will be, it has to be converted into bytes first of all. HIRS is in the form of a string that is to be converted into bytes. So this is how it is get converted into bytes form. And this stream of bytes or this line of bytes or the arrangement of bytes, exactly the way they are written, the same way they will be written onto the file. Okay, so that part is basically done by this using this function called encode, right? You see this function I wrote st.encode. So when you write it onto the file, before writing it, this character must be converted into a string of byte. That is being done by encode. Fine. Now I told you it has to be a string. So numeric data I converted into string first, str and then I applied encode function on it so that again I get stream of bytes. So that is how the things are written, and f.close is closing the thing down. Fine. Now, while reading it again, I opened it in reading mode. Exactly same. There is no difference between the two formats. and then I read f dot read. Okay, look at this here. I wrote it down twice. Okay, I wrote it down twice. Now here the question is how the data will be written. Here the data will be written just like, even if you write 2 3 times, 3 times, 4 times, they will be written like a continuous data. It is not line wise arrangement. Fine. How do we know about it? Like, look at this. If I run the function, if I just run the function, you will get to know what I mean. So I had the Lawrence School Sonar and 1847. There are two values. Look at this. Although I wrote it like two different pieces of information, two write statements I used, but when I'm reading the data, they are being fetched together. And one more thing, if you notice here, when I read, look at this, I read by using a variable p. Okay, so p is in the form of, again, in the form of bytes. If you want to display it on the screen, it should look like a string. If you want it to look like a string, then you have to use the opposite function called decode. Okay, I'm just removing this function decode. You just see what happens. Okay, you will be able to figure out, but there will be a little difference. Look at this. Now look at this. I ran the program. Can you see there is the letter B coming up? That means this letter B and this single quotation mark signifies that whatever is written within the single quotation mark, that is in the form of binary data. Now, extracting exactly the string from here would be slightly difficult for us. So that is why what we do is we use the function decode so that all those unnecessary things do not come in our display. And you can see that although I use two different write statement, okay, the first value, the Lawrence School Sonar, and the second value, that is 1847, they are written in the same line. Okay, it's not different lines. If you want to give different lines, you can write different lines also. In that case, obviously, we will write f dot write. You can write 1/n because /n is the new line character. And here also you can do encode function. Okay. Now if you write it like this, see what happens if you run the program once again. Now look at this. These two are coming in different lines. Different lines because of the fact that /n was given, written in between the two data. Okay. Now, likewise, reading also can be done by the read function. That is one way. Another is by read line. Read line you have already learned in connection with text file, that read line reads only one line. So here also if I write read line, it will read only the first value. Second line, that is 1847, will not be read. So we will see the same output. Look at this. If I run the program once again, now with read line, look at this, only the first line counts because read line reads only one line. Fine. So you understood what you have to do. Let us quickly go through. When we write, remember this, a string has to be written, but encode function has to be applied on that. Otherwise, it will give an error. If you do not write this encode, for example, then in the binary file, it cannot be written like this. It gives an error straight away. Look at this, I'm running the program, and look at this. This error says, type error, a byte-like object is required, not str. Str signifies string. So the string way, the things cannot be written onto the file. It requires a byte conversion. And byte conversion is done by encode function. Okay. And when you display the file, either you can read the whole content by read or by read line. I will tell you a better techniques of reading in my next video, but when you display it, you make sure that decode function is there. Then you'll be able to see the things that are written onto the binary file like a string. Fine. So I'm ending my video here. I will tell you some more techniques in my next video.